Greetings, everybody. Mage of the Midwest Marshes here, and today I wanted to do something fun for my first video of this channel and of the new year for 2022. And what I wanted to do is, I don't want to say a deck tech specifically, but I wanted to say what I am going to do is show you my current favorite EDH deck. So to do that, first we will show you, I've got it all broken up here for you, and we will start in surprising fashion with the commander of this deck, Toxrill. Everybody loves a toxic slug. He is our commander for this deck. So if you're familiar with what he does, you'll see why I have this deck assembled the way it is. And thematically, the idea was that the name of I call this deck the Curse of Toxrill from the law offices of, from the case files of the law office of Kreeps and Krauels. Mind you, my two investigators here, Kreeps and Krauels, I only have Kreeps right now. Krauels I ordered and will be here shortly enough. And who am I talking about? Eloise. She would be my Kreep. And Krauels will be Jacob Hawken when he gets here in a couple of days, hopefully. So what I have is my commander, legendary creatures will be using, standard creatures, instants and interrupts, sorceries, enchantments, artifacts, lands, and then all these on the top are all of our tokens we're using. So we've got Eloise as one of our legendaries hiding out in this deck. Good old Liliana, you gotta have her. Like, probably still my favorite Planeswalker card to this day. But following up right behind her is this lovely lady, the Spider Mama, Lolth. She's so much fun, especially with this deck. And now with creatures. Very unconventional. Some of these I don't think too many people play with a lot of these, which is why I think I like this deck a little bit too much. Consuming Aberration. We are using a Shriekmaw for pretty much for art, just for an destruction spell, more than anything than summoning it as a creature. Ye Old Royal Assassin. Gotta have them. We've got ourselves a Gelatinous Cube. Nothing like a creature that takes out a creature. You'll understand the point of this guy here when we get to the artifacts. But anything that gives me a free untap on an artifact, I will take it. Another creature to take out another creature. Mind Flayer. The perfect blocking creature, Uncle Istvan. I don't care what anybody says, love this guy. To go with the Toxrill with his sludge counters, we also have Sludge Monster, the only other creature that I know of that gives slime counters out. For a draw easy and a pre-Toxrill getting on the field and doing his thing for his slug token sack outlet to draw cards. We have a morbid opportunist to help speed that up. We are using a Will-o'-the-Wisp. Cheap, easy flyer regenerator. It's 0-1, but it's a great body for blocking. And when, just in case, if my opponent gets an upper hand on me with a creature, I got something to take the wind out of the sails with this guy in the meantime. The Sorceress Queen. Turn all these creatures into, or turn target creature into an 0-2. Make short work of just about anything. Now for instants, we're using, a lot of these are modernized too, from the newer set. So we have Hero's Downfall, Doomblade, Sudden Spoiling, Tragic Slip, Power Word Kill, Malicious Affliction, Infernal Grasp, Faded Return. For something for a little bit of a negotiating for other players, I got Devour Flesh. I can destroy a creature that's threatening another opponent's creature, but I get to sacrifice one of those people I'm saving's creatures to, so that's a good card. Good political card, but it kind of fucks him over regardless, and that's always nice. We've got Murder. Possibly one of my favorite spells, Darkness. Black Fog, man. You can't beat a Black Fog spell. We've got Olivia's Midnight Ambush in there as well. Nice. It's, actually, I'm looking at my tokens now. I realize I don't have a day-night token in here. Should probably throw one in here. I don't think I have cards that go with that other than the Olivia, but whatever. We have Rescue from the Underworld. Just in case we need bring something back. This card, next card, should be standard in every deck, but that you're using black and Dark Ritual. I've gotten Toxrill out on turn 3, turn 4 because of that card. And let me tell you what, a turn 4 Toxrill, nobody is expecting it or ready for it. We've got something to, in the meantime, though, waiting to get Toxrill out. We got this lovely little thing. Turn it. It's like just get rid of one creature, turn it into a 1/1 frog. This is so I can pretty much copy any artifact I already have, or creature, essentially. And then the Polymorph Jest. All their creatures become frogs. Haha. And with the way Toxrill works with all of his -1/-1 slime counters, you see why that's a good spell. I'm sorry, it's like the first time I've ever done one of these, so Demonic Tutor, just why not? Why not? We're using a oh yeah, mind you, for a lot of these removal spells, it's pretty like the dirtiest ones I have in my collection. So we've got a Blood on the Snow, got a Corrupt, nothing like getting a little bit of life in the deal. Asphyxiate. Word of Binding, just in case I need to get something passed and I don't have a Rogue's Passage out in time. We got Black Sun Zenith. I mean, this is the quintessential black removal spell in my opinion. Oh, in case I want to get something of theirs at the cost of something of my own, I'll take a Ritual of the Machine. Diabolic Revelation. In case that one Demonic Tutor is not enough, this one seals the deal. I just got this card the other day. I was pretty excited to see it. So Path of Peril. I'll never be activating the cleave cost because I'm not running white in this deck, obviously. As you can tell, it's Dimir, black-blue. Classic Bruiser. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. If you're making any sort of blue deck and you're not running this spell, what is wrong with you? Like, this is fantastic. Fantastic spell. And then, Sleep. Because everybody needs a blue fog as well. And that does it for our sorceries in this deck. And we are coming up on enchantments now. So at the beginning, our enchantments off, Curse of Misfortunes. 9 times out of 10, this is the card I'm going to tutor for. Because it's going to start Cascade Effect almost. Because then the next turn, I'm probably going to put this one on them. Curse of Thirst. Then, I'm going to put the next turn, I'm going to put the Curse of the Bloody Tome on them. And then after that, I'm going to put the Curse of Unbinding on them. It's a very dirty way of going about it. But that player, cursed player, is pretty much guaranteed to be our murder victim. Because like I said, I like to run this as a kind of a murder mystery theme deck. Oh yeah, and speaking of murder, we have a Dictate of Erebos, because you just have to have it in there. This is some of these here, like this one here, I put it in as a more or less for protection for Toxrill. So I got a Eternal Thirst and a Skeletal Grimace. I felt that those two, one of the either or would be awesome. Both would be preferred. But I've got a Lightning Greaves on the way that I'm going to be putting in this deck, so I'm probably going to take one of those two out. Another great creature stealing spell is, Grafted Identity. I love this card. Totally worth it to sack a cheap creature to steal something if they throw a bomb creature out there. I love it. Alright, a little bit controversial of a card. This was my original my original 60 deck combo back in the day for my 60 card decks. Was the Hecatomb with the Breeding Pit. It's a card from Ice Age. I don't know if this has ever been reprinted. You have to forgive me because pretty much after Alliance came out, because that was after Ice Age, if I remember the order correct. After Alliance came out, I stopped playing Magic for a long time. I didn't recently start getting back into it until I had heard about the Dungeons and Dragons set. And I was like, alright, that can get me back into Magic. And since then, I've been pretty much back into it. The Breeding Pit, though. This is it's got two mana every turn. I got to pay to keep it going, but if I can get it out and have it out for a few turns, it creates a few extra bodies, along with Toxrill creating slugs. It all works well for that 4 sacrifice outlet to bring that Hecatomb out, and then I can just start direct damaging anybody. Artifacts. Good piece of political talk, a talking piece, I think. Howling Mine. Yeah, everybody gets to draw 2 cards a turn. With this deck, you can see why. I will have a Tamio's Journal here soon enough. That's going to go along with, it's an Investigator's Journal, but I have the Dracula card variant. So Harker's Journal. You're going to want to... Excuse me. After the player that you put all those curses on dies, I got something to keep the game going on curses that makes it so it doesn't end. Skull of Orn. This was one of my first cards I actually ever got in Magic. It's about the time I started playing. It was when Dark and Fallen Empires was out, and that was one of the first cards I've ever had, and I've held on to it ever since. The next card, nothing too fancy, but I like it just because it's like, what the hell? It's unconventional. The Lasherith creates a germ. It's a living artifact. Alright, now you can only imagine where we're going at with the next card here. The Cormus Bell. Yes, I have an Urborg in this deck. You will see it soon enough. Cormus Bell, Urborg, Toxrill. That's all I'm going to say. And with that, because of that, those 3 cards I just mentioned, along with having that Dictate of Erebos in here, it's always good to have Profane Memento in there as well, because that's a lot of creatures dying. That's a lot of life I'm gaining. In case all my removal spells for some reason aren't enough, I've got a Sphere of Annihilation in here as well. Probably could take that out, but it's okay. Now, here's the part where I'm going to ask you, the viewer. Am I running too many ramp cards in this deck? You're like, wow, you haven't shown us any ramp cards yet. Here we go. I'm running a Jet Medallion in here, so black spells cost less from the get-go. We've got a Mana Vault. We've got a Mind Stone. We've got a Felwar Stone. We've got a Worn Power Stone. Yeah, that's one that gives you, the other one that gives you 2, that's right. We've got a Soul Ring. And we've got a Basalt Monolith. We've got a Charcoal Diamond in here. And we've got a Soul Grail in here. We've got a Dimir Key Ruin in here. And finally, we have a Dark Steel Ingot in here. It's a lot of ramp cards, I know. Let me know if you in the comments you think it's enough. Land cards, nothing fancy. I mean, I got a cool... I don't know if it's Chinese or Japanese, but a cool swamp. A couple of swamps, nothing fancy. We'll get to the islands. We've got a couple of islands soon enough. Alright, here we go. Now we're going to get into more of my special land. So like this little stack here, these are the only swamps and islands I'm keeping in the deck. Not too much. As you can see, the other lands vastly outsize the others. Why you ask? Because I've got it. We've got an Evan Stronghold in here. It's a great card. I love that card. One of my favorite cards from Fallen Empire, if I'm right. Got that Rogue's Passage I was talking about. Nothing like getting a sneaky character back to make it unblockable. Ghost Quarter. A Treasure Vault. A Reliquary Tower. Transguild Promenade. Or, well, Promenade. Whatever you want to call it. An Ice Flow. Now, that it's a great... This land specifically just locks down a creature. I'll take it. Got an Ice Tunnel, a Sunken Hollow, an Everglades, a Bajuka Bog, a Dismal Backwater, a Polluted Mire, a Barren Moor, Castle Sengir. Now, if I had Voldaren Estate, I would probably swap it out, but I just like to have the Castle Sengir in here because it's Homelands is a set that's very near and dear to my heart. I would love to see a return to the plane of Ugatha and see what has happened in the years since I've been there since I was a kid. We've got a Crypt of Agadim. It's a nice little land card. And then the prize, Urborg. Urborg, turning everything into swamps. Cormispel, turning all swamps into 1/1 creatures. And then Toxrill, giving all those lands -1, -1 counters. Land destruction, land destruction, land destruction. As for what tokens you'll need in this deck, so far, you'll need clues, because you do, from Eloise. I actually have a slug token card actually coming, but I custom made my own nice little slug tokens. You need the 1 germ token for the Lashrite. I don't think I need the rats in here anymore, actually, because I think I took the rats out. You'll need Lolth's Emblem, because, of course, and a couple of spiders from what Lolth creates. But, other than that, that's my Toxrill Commander EDH deck. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any cards you think would benefit this deck even greatly, I would love to hear it. Hit me down in the comments below. If you think the deck sucks, tell me to go blow it out my butt. It sucks. It's terrible. Other than that, I hope the new year started off well for everybody. And I think next, I'm going to be doing these once a week. I've already know what deck I'm going to show off next Sunday. But I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with that. Until then, Mage of the Midwest Marsh, thanks for stopping by. We will see you later. Peace out.